De quoi t'occupes-tu exactement? De la réification. Je vois que c'est un travail très sérieux avec des gros livres et beaucoup de papier sur une grande table. Non, je me promène. Principalement, je me promène.
Fender Stratocaster.
The Les Paul is a guitar that's been electrified. The Stratocaster is more than that. It's an instrument in its own right, completely separate and completely different to a Spanish or classical guitar. Les Paul is like a classical guitar that you can play very loud, that's all, but the Strat's different. The Stratocaster with the whammy bar, if you also put the guitar through an echo unit, play the whammy bar, the note that you're playing is sometimes going through as much as a quarter tone, so that along with the echo unit you're creating like a layered chord, and that creates the same kind of funny overtones that I can hear in brass bands, and so the Strat gave me that extra dimension that I really love in music. It never occurred to me that there would be another way of creating those overtones until Martin Hannett, really, who started to use reverbs in his own peculiar way. It doesn't add or detract from the sound that you put into it. It doesn't add any hardness. It just simply elongates the sound, is the way I look at it. Because it's like having a really nice sustain pedal, as if like when you're playing a piano, you've got the sustain pedal. Suddenly on a guitar, you've got this sustain pedal with a lexicon.
Spanish flamenco guitar.
Just like stick a mic anywhere in the room, it doesn't matter where you put the microphone or how you do it, that guitar just projects and sounds so amazing, and it's so responsive. It's a wonderful guitar.
Gibson Stereo Switchmaster, the semi-acoustic.
The Switchmaster control is it's not like any other system of pickup selector on any guitars. You've seen the Strat selector with the toggle switch. It's like that, but you get many more combinations and strange sort of in-between sounds, and if it's wired correctly, you get tones that you can't get on any other guitar. People like B.B. King and Chuck Berry used to use them all the time.
Gibson Les Paul.
I couldn't believe it when it opened up the case. It was like a treasure trove. It's unbelievable, brand new, and a classic guitar. And I've never changed anything to it. It's exactly as it was presented to me all those years ago, and it's never been touched. The Les Paul, if you play it clean, is very close to a classical guitar, which I was used to, and I suppose that's why I used it. But after a while, I got the Stratocaster, and that totally changed everything that I felt about guitars, really. Pastelling is what I'm on now. That's the drug that works best for me. It's an antidepressant, a stomach relaxant, and also kind of a very mild tranquilizer combined. 10 out of 10, definitely. I take Valium at night time. I take the Pastelling first thing in the morning. That makes you hyperactive at the night time, so you take the Valium to go to sleep at night. It just zonks you out totally. But it's a very effective drug, Valium. If I was feeling panicky or very, very anxious or uptight, Valium sorts that out within like 10 minutes. Prozac was a nightmare because I had to withdraw for the Pastelling on the advice of all the people that were seeing me at the time. It takes 5 to 6 weeks for the Pastelling to leave your blood system. So I went through all the withdrawal of that, and I was in a very, very bad state, very unfit, very, very, very ill. It was over a Christmas period, and then I started taking Prozac, and within 3 days I was paranoid, suicidal. I fell over in Manchester town centre 7 times. At one point I collapsed, fell down the stairs of a bus with my Walkman on and stuff like that. Stelazine is one of the component parts of Pastelling, and Stelazine is just the tranquilizer part of it, and on its own didn't help me at all. It just made me very dopey. Parnate is the other component, one of the other component parts of Pastelling, and it's the antidepressant part of it, which on its own didn't do anything either. Didn't do anything at all, had no effect whatsoever. Acupuncture was hilarious because the Chinese lady said that she looked at my tongue and my fingernails and my hair and said that I had serious liver problems and kidney problems, and she then stuck needles in me all over the place for maybe an hour, and that made me feel quite ill, and I walked away. I went to another homeopath who was very strange, and I think he was a quack. He gave up with me after maybe a month. He realised that nothing he had was going to work, and he just suggested rebirthing, which I thought was hilarious. After the first visit, 2 days after that, I suddenly went into a screaming rage of crying, sobbing, screaming, banging my head against a wall, throwing myself about for about 2 hours, and I couldn't control it, I couldn't switch it off, and it was completely bizarre. It left me totally exhausted. The latest summing up of my health was made by a very senior psychologist, psychiatrist, specialist at Cheadle Royal Hospital, who just said, basically, I'm never going to be normal. Did I want to be normal anyway? If I wanted to work in an office, maybe I could be normal. If I'm going to do what I do, then this is part of the price that you pay. And he just said, basically, take this pill because it helps, and go away and be a musician, be creative.
I think originally there was also a Bjork sample on there as well. There's a Bjork lyric going on. And I said to me, I don't think really we can do this, you know. So that was taken off. It was just strange. It was initially going to be like Vinny's guitar to this Bjork vocal sample, but it was obviously that wasn't going to work. Ridiculous. And so the trumpet thing was used instead, and it's a lovely piece. Yeah, delightful. I was really into using Bruce more on this album, and so I would say to him, like, just go in there and bash around, and he would just play over the track that we'd built up so far. In there somewhere would be 2 or 4 bars that were really special, and I'd say, right, well, take that, and I'll just do a rough balance of that, as it were, sample it, throw it back into the track, and have that as our drum bass, and that's the way it works. It goes back to the guitar and other machines, really. He'd say to me, just give me a sound, and so I would try and come up with something that would make him play less, in a way, because if he's got a note that's just hanging on for quite a long time, that way he doesn't have to be kind of filling in all the spaces, and that's something that he likes and he remembers from that period, and so we've tried to reintroduce it on some of these tracks. I can't say I remember much about that one, to be honest. This is one of the tracks that I mentioned before. Vinny brought in some kind of DAT recordings of things he prepared at home, and this indeed was one of those tracks where he had already put down on DAT a recording of a thunderstorm recorded from his bedroom window, and we just transferred that onto tape and did a couple of overdubs on top, and that basically is the track. Simple. I do enjoy playing bass. Did I play on this one? I can't remember. I did. Boy, I can remember playing the track on the guitar, but I can't remember on this album. Well, there you go. It's lovely. I feel very honoured when Vinny says, would you like to play on something? It's great, but to be honest with you, I just cannot remember that at all. Hard acoustic sound, very close mic. Again, it makes him think in a different way. He's not depending on delays and echoes. He's having to really make every single note count, because when it's a mic'd up semi-acoustic, it doesn't have a lot of sustain, so he has to really think about what he's playing to keep the melody going. I felt we could do something with it, and I think I just left all the effects up and took all the direct signal out. And so it just left this very ethereal thing going on, where it's just the effects and hardly any of the original signal in the actual mix. And I played it to him, and he said, yeah, I love that. So that's what went on the album. Well, this is it exactly. I mean, he's in there, he's playing, he's just doodling around, and something starts coming together, And I said to him, this is fantastic. We haven't got a piano piece in this album. Lots of guitar. Let's just do a piano piece, or at least centre it around a piano. And that's how it came together. I think it took. Well, John Metcalfe did an overdub on it later on, but most of it was done in the space of 3 hours. I think. It was all there. No, I just had some really kind of very earthy, kind of crunchy kind of drum samples, which sound like a lo-fi 60s kind of drum kit recording. So I thought, let's put that together into some real kind of slow blues shuffle type feel, and let Vinny play over it, and it came together beautifully. It was just like literally the last day we was in the studio, just finishing off the mixes and so on. They're the magic moments that you can't put any price on, really. That just happens. Because I have to kind of shift my emphasis slightly from being like, a vocal-orientated pop song to something quite different. And I enjoy that. And when he's on form, he's a cracking person to be with. He's got quite a sharp wit. And he's beautiful to watch. I'm sitting in the room with them, they're playing in front of me, and it's just superb to watch their fingers and see them, play. And I get a buzz out of watching Vinny play too. On a lot of the Durutti stuff, you don't need to overdub and overdub and overdub because of Vinny's style of playing and so on. Literally, you'll find on each track there'll be like 3 key things that are going on, which is the main gist of the track. So for that, as long as you get a good clean signal down onto tape, you can pretty much be anywhere.
You should also have the We've Only Got One MIDI lead actually on this disc. Then you should go into the English landscape. Probably needs a bit of extra reverb. Then you should go to Bordeaux, and then you should go to 28 Oldham Street. That's the 4 tracks, and that will sound fantastic. Some other thoughts I've had, you can hear later. Bye for now.
Vinny, it's Tony. I'm having absolutely no fucking success. I keep ringing that Morrissey bastard. I can't get through. It's either engaged or it doesn't fucking answer. And then he fucking rings you, I hear. I'm giving up. This is getting hysterical. Can you have a go at him again? I just want to talk to him. Cunt. Right. Okay, I'll be back to you. Bye.
Hello, Vinny. It's Tony. Glad to see you are out working, dear. Just thought I'd let you know the deal's been done. It was done about 25 minutes ago in London, and we have a record label then. All right, kid. Keep working. See you soon. Bye.
Oh, Vinny, I love your new message. I think it's great. This is Holly here. Just ringing up to say hi, and I've received my copy of the Elvis album today, and I'm really pleased with it. I think our track sounds the best. I'll speak to you soon, I hope. Bye-bye.
Bruce, this is Nico. I have to go to Milano tomorrow morning, so I don't know. Should I meet you at 9:30 or... Because I have to take a taxi from here. I don't have a car and I don't have a lift, so depending on if you have the rest of the money for the ticket, it's all very complicated. Hello? It would be best if you picked me up, actually. Anyway, I'm expecting a call. Thank you. Yes, hello. This is Nico again. Bruce, you have to make sure to be at the airport at 9:30 or else I can't fly and then it'll be a disaster. Okay? And explain to me what a ligger is then. Bye.
I've had to go and do some recording. I'll be back much later. Leave a message after the tone. Thanks, bye.